You ready? Well, she came on to him like a slow-moving cold front. His beer was warmer than a look in her eye. She sat on the stool and he said, "What do you want?" She said, Give me a love that don't freeze up inside." He said, "I have melted some parts of my time, dear, but to sit next to you, well, I shiver and shake. And if I knew love, well, I don't think I'd be here, asking myself if I've got what it takes to melt your icy blue heart. That was right on key. He sang right on key. Thank you very much, Robert Rossi. That's very generous. Very, very nice. Appreciate the support. Cause you any sorrow, didn't mean to cause you any pain. Only one time to see you laughing, only want to see you laughing in that purple rain, purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Only wanna see you laughing in the purple rain. Oh! No! Oh! 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 Whoa, why are you barking? Thanks for joining the Comcast-Luncheon. Must be the painkillers. Winston thinks this is the best. me arguing with the dog in song. Fantastic. Fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. He hasn't won anything. This isn't a game show. Fantastic. So what's he won? numbers are up. 122 people. Good Lord, good people. Winston, thank you so much for the gift. Galaxy, very generous. Thank you very, very much. If you're new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. If you're thinking like, what the hell are we talking about AI or not? Are you going to sing with your dog? Yep. Welcome to Chat ADD. Sometimes Chat TMZ. Occasionally Chat GPT. Was a secret chord David played and it plays a lot. You don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, minor fall and a major lift. Baffled king composing hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that, Brandon. The mega thread in the mods. I think I'm going to ignore that tonight. I'm kind of inspired to keep going on this screenplay. Hey, Kyle. What's this new 01 preview? I can't honestly figure out a good distinction from the 4.0 mode. Okay, say what? So hang with me. So I'm gonna keep playing tonight, and I'm going to I'll try to explain to you what's different about it. Here's the deal. No one really knows. What I can tell you about the 01 model is that it's not your everyday driver, right? This is like you got the 1 of 50 Porsche track car that looks like a regular 911, but it's not. And most of the driving that you would do with it, you couldn't even get the most out of it. So if you try to use 01 just like you use Traditional-Gpt, it's not going to get it's going to be weird. Is my sense. And so we'll dig into the little bit that I understand, which is like I understand very little. But we're doing it, so here's what I'm doing. I'm now 3 days into finishing an incomplete screenplay that I started, that I just dumped into 01 preview and said, finish the outline, which it did brilliantly. And then I said, write one of the random scenes you created, and it did brilliantly. And so now I'm trying to figure some things out, like, does it lose context of long conversations? Is it going to keep writing good if I keep pushing it and keep pushing forward? Is it just going to totally explode? And the risk is going to be this. So we've got 81 people in here. A fair amount of you have never been here before. And so tonight could be weird, could be boring. Normally, this is more of just like a performative me, like yapping about AI, woohoo! And what I can promise you is that when I try to actually do something, like complete something, like real work, it tends to take a long time and be boring. So that's the warning for tonight. I've been testing 01 by rewriting the first few novel chapters. It's so much better that I'm thinking of rewriting the whole book. See, this is where I am. And what's fucked up is a lot of the whoever, opinionites out there. I don't know if they're all influencers, but there's lots of people with lots of opinions. I'm seeing like these bizarre 50-50 splits where some people are like, well, it's much worse at writing than GPT-4. And then other people are like, oh, it's much better at writing than GPT-4. I'm one of them. I have never, since I've been playing with these large language models, since GPT-3, I have never had a large language model write screenplay dialogue that wasn't fucking horrible. Ever. Not once. Write like my style. Write a whole scene. Okay, and it writes half a page, and it sucks. And GPT did it. Now, and then there's other people that are going, oh, it's worse at programming. And other people are going, it's better at programming. And other people are going, it sucks at math. And other people are going, it's better at math. And David Shapiro said it sucks and it's not great. And then he came out today and said, no, I was wrong. It is pretty great. So what that says to me is that we are going to have to collectively figure out how to prompt this motherfucker. And I don't think this is prompt engineering. I don't think it's like we need to, like, it's almost like the more prescriptive you are with this thing, it gets janky. Because it's doing its own prompting. But I think the trick is, what are the good use cases for it? I think finishing partial works of creative writing is a superpower. So that's what we're going to explore tonight. It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, that these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention's sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She's broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She's lonely most of the time. She has all of this mixed up and baked beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. All right. Oh, here's the other fucked up thing. You want to know another fucked up thing? Google Docs. So today, one of the things I did is I took the outline that it wrote and I put it in Google Docs and I created a whole fucking outline with the right heading so everything showed up down the side. And then I came home and I opened Google Docs and it has not synced. So this document I was going to use to walk us through writing this thing and organizing this thing isn't here. Here's another thing. I haven't written a screenplay in so long. I don't know what software works anymore. I used to use this software called Celtics, which now looks like it's a subscription web-based screenwriting software, but there's no app anymore. I think that was the last one I used. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community experience. Stop calling me fat! Are you guys being poo-poo heads? Saying I look like Rosie O'Donnell on a bad day? Alec Baldwin that made some bad life choices. This is what's going on, isn't it? You get some more people in here, and here come the trolls. It was Marge. Oh, man. We're only supportive of your endeavors. Thank you, Elon Ma. I appreciate that. See, some people appreciate the efforts I put in. If you like a limited song catalog and mediocre singing, you've come to the right place. Ow, my back is hurting. My back is still out. It sucks. It sucks.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Call me Al. Good day. What's happening, Al? Ignore them. You're ready for anything. Robert Rossi, thank you for the Brontosaurus. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, so I think what I'll do, I will walk you through. We are slowly bleeding off doubters. They're like, this is boring. He's not even talking about artificial intelligence. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any qualifications anyway. I'm just going to leave. I've got twerking to look at. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. While they point to their coochie. I'm going to go watch those videos. Yeah, we got to get rid of those guys. I'm not feeling the vibe without the dog howling, to be honest. Well, the whole point of me singing is the dog's supposed to be here singing, but the dog got whatever. He got bored. He's union. He's a union dog. He's got to take a break every 15 stanzas. All right. What are we gonna do? I don't know how I don't know how I want to start this. Good meet and greet tonight. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, we had the salon meet and greet. I'm a little late tonight because of that. Had to run some errands after work. But here we are. Okay. So, strawberry. That little thing right there. Project Strawberry, if you're new to this thing, ChatGPT, I don't know, 4 days ago, released this new, they're calling it a new model. I don't think it's a new model. Well, it might be, I don't fucking know. But it's a new thing, like ChatGPT, called O1. And it's different. It reasons. And it uses a thing called chain of thought prompting, which basically means prompt a bunch of shit in a row. Like a chain of thoughts. It appears that they're doing some fancier shit on the back end, or maybe they've just trained it on different data. I don't know. I don't know how it's doing what it's doing, but it's relatively straightforward to follow if you know what to look for. And then I think the real art of using it is there's a couple of things you have to know. You're limited to 50 prompts per week with this new model because it's expensive, because when you write a single prompt, it's writing a whole bunch of other prompts on the back end. By the way, I'm feeling particularly irregular tonight. Aw, Source Camp. I'm so sorry. We'll just, put this on as background noise, like most of you should. The next, 15 minutes or so, I'm just going to walk people through what I've done so far and explain a little bit about what I understand about O1, and then we're gonna start digging in. The other thing that O1 did the other night that just fucking blew me away is, so I've been working on a screenplay, and just because I have ADD, I was like, hey, by the way, just write me the first chapter of this book if it were a novel. And the first paragraph of the book chapter is really, really good writing. Like, I wouldn't edit it. Like, it was good enough writing that someone last night said, well, what if it's plagiarized? And I'm like, that's not how this shit works. It's not plagiarizing. And then I thought, wonder if it is plagiarized. So I copied this one particular phrase that was just incredibly well written, and I put it in Google, and it didn't find any matches. So it's not plagiarizing, and it wrote this really remarkable opening paragraph for this novel that doesn't exist, but might. So it's crazy. All right. All right, so let's go look. So if you're brand new to ChatGPT, there are 3 major models now that you can use. GPT-4o, or Omni, O1 Preview, this is the new one, and O1 Mini, which is also a new one, but it's smaller and faster. I'm not going to bother with Mini because we're not programming right now. Like, if you were programming, this is like, I don't know, 6 times cheaper than this one, or 10 times cheaper, something like that. If you want to do just if you just want short answers to things, nose hair check. If you just want short answers to things, use GPT-4o. If you're working on a big, complicated project, like what I'm working on here, use O1 Preview. I don't know, I don't have a great sense right now of what kinds of projects make sense for this thing. And I think OpenAI's bizarre feature release strategy, for lack of a better word, I don't think it's a strategy. Sam Altman has talked about on a number of occasions essentially slow dripping out features to the public so that we get used to what these things can do. Because if you just dropped it all at once, we'd be overwhelmed. And historically, I thought, well, maybe that's the case, but maybe that's just a line of bullshit because they're not, releasing enough. I am so unclear. I've been thinking about this shit a lot for the past 2 years. And I am really unclear when and how and why it makes sense to use O1 versus GPT-4o. And so I think us having this preview version for a month actually makes sense, because we've got to collectively figure out what we're doing with it. Or maybe he's just trying to save a ton of money. That's possible. All of them have rate limits of varying amounts and transparency. Absolutely. Business makes sense to me. If I had a sub for ChatGPT... Wait, Kyle, before you lose you in the process, how can people play along? That's a good idea. Well... all right, here's how you can play along. Go to ChatGPT. So can someone confirm that O1 Preview is available to free members? Is anyone here a free member of ChatGPT but still has access to O1 Preview? Can anyone confirm that? Has anyone figured out how to redact data from a file? Yeah, I'm actually building that system right now for Storyvine Source Camp. There's not an easy way to do it without building something. But there's an open source library out there that you basically define the kinds of things you want it to find in a file, and then it replaces them with variables. And then you send that off to the large language model. There's a company out of Denver called Liminal that's what they do, but their minimum annual subscription's like 25 grand. So you got to be, it's basically designed for Fortune 500 companies. But it is possible. It's just not easy right now. I got ChatGPT 4.0 for free and mini. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. If you're a digital hoarder like me, or if you're just a normal person, you've probably got some incomplete projects. So let me walk you through what I did. So I'll just tell it to you first, and then we'll walk through it. I had an incomplete screenplay, like I'd written 3 or 4 scenes. And I had an incomplete outline of the same screenplay. And I'd written a third of it, or maybe a little more than that, but not much. And I pasted both of those. I said, I'm going to give you some fragments of a screenplay. And then the first thing I did was say, finish the outline. And then the second thing I did was say, write a scene. And then I had it tell me characters and shit like that, characters it added. And it did it really, really well. So if you want to play along, what I would say is, go find some abandoned project or a current incomplete project. And just play along. So you're going to go to the 01 preview. And then I'll show you my prompt of what I did. And you can do something similar. Again, this ain't science. This ain't prompt engineering. This is prompt playing, prompt experimenting. We'll get to the engineering when these things start behaving in a more predictable fashion. Or if you're a programmer, you can deal with that. But as human beings, we don't have to. So I said, here are 2 fragments from a screenplay. The first fragment's an incomplete outline, though it has the main beats of acts 1, 2, and 3. And the second fragment is the opening scenes from the film. And then I accidentally hit submit and had to start over. So there's that. And then the prompt that I wrote at the bottom of this, and if you don't know how to do line breaks within a prompt, you hold down the shift key and the return key. So normally if you hit the return key, that submits your prompt. If you want to put extra lines in, just hold down the shift key, and then the return key will create line breaks in your prompt. Okay, so there's the screenplay, fragments. So 2 incomplete pieces of stuff. And then the prompt that I wrote was this. Based on these inputs, I'd like you to analyze it and fill in the outline for me and make a good, compelling screenplay with lots of twists and turns and surprises. And also introduce new characters that are memorable and move the plot forward organically. So if you're putting in a work document, or if you're putting in, I don't know, something for the family or for the community center, just, make a similar thing. Basically, finish what I've given you. And then the way O1 works is it thinks. It says it's thinking. Pate hates that term, but it's prompting itself. And what's cool about the way they programmed this is the only thing you see is it thought for 59 seconds before it answered. But this little drop-down menu here means you can open this and you can actually see what it was thinking. And so if you give your thing, here's 2 incomplete fragments, and you say, go finish it, it will read through them and think and start prompting itself. So it said, crafting a compelling narrative, crafting a thrilling screenplay, unraveling the mystery, understanding the consequences. It's really interesting. It starts out crafting a compelling narrative. I'm analyzing the screenplay fragments. So here it's talking about the structure of the work. And then crafting a thrilling screenplay. I'm digging into Jack's character. So now it's saying I'm reading the screenplay, a loner obsessed with photography. And now it switches over to plot points, unraveling the mystery. The main character, Jack Jr., grapples with the 3 cameras. So now it's kind of writing scene outlines. Understanding the consequences, facing a pivotal choice. Jack Jr. must decide between watching his family's destruction or abandoning his perception to survive in Act 3. So it's going back and forth between plot and structure, which is interesting. And then it just goes on for a while, wrapping up Act 1. So this is it thinking about the story I gave it and what it wants to do to complete the outline. So it goes on for a bit. So as you're playing with this thing, get curious. Go in there and turn down those little carrots and look at what it writes. And then what it says, based on your inputs, I've analyzed the screenplay and filled in the outline. The script was generated from Contour by Mariner-Software. It wasn't generated by it. Contour is a story framework by Mariner-Software. So it had some of that metadata in what I gave it. So it pulled that out. And then it says the 4 questions. So these are from Mariner-Software. And then here's the 4 archetypes, and it filled all these in. These weren't filled in my outline. And then it wrote a log line, which is basically the synopsis of the film. When a guilt-ridden, photography-obsessed 12-year-old boy inherits a mysterious photo album that predicts tragic events involving his family in New Town, he must decipher the album's secrets and confront a sinister antiques dealer to prevent disaster, ultimately risking everything to change fate and save those he loves. Cool. All right. That sounds like a movie. And then there's a little checklist that's part of Mariner-Software that it answers, and then it gives me the outline. And it breaks it into the structure of this Mariner-Software. Act 1, the orphan. Our main character's an orphan. And then Act 2, he becomes the wanderer. And it writes all those scenes. And then Act 3, he becomes the warrior. It writes all those scenes. Act 3, he becomes the martyr. Or the other one was Act 2, scene part 2. And then Act 3, the martyr. And here's the end of the film. And then it says, here's the new characters that we introduced. And then it says, here's the twists and turns that we added to your screenplay. Maybe that's the solution to my inference problems. Take forever to just say I was busy thinking. Yeah, that's it. Pate, that's all you have to do. You could just have your system randomly write sentences like it's thinking. And just have it write random sentences. And then I think that's it. And just tell them it's way faster than you think it is. Because it's thinking. And then I said, based on the writing style of the screenplay fragments from the opening of the film, write the following scene from the outline you created. Silas reveals that he's the guardian of the album, cursed to find successors. And then it wrote a scene that is good enough, in my opinion, to go straight into a screenplay. I've written 7 of these motherfuckers. Writing dialogue and writing scenes is hard, and I've never had a large language model come close. So the fact that this not only wrote it, but it wrote it good, I mean, I'll read a little of it to you, just so you get a sense of hilltop clearing night. The lunar eclipse casts an eerie glow over the hilltop. Jack Jr., Mia, and Ethan stand at the corner of a makeshift ritual circle surrounded by candles and ancient symbols drawn in chalk. Becky watches nervously from the edge, that's his sister, clutching the flashlight. A sudden gust of wind extinguishes the candles, the temperature drops. Shadows stretch unnaturally as Silas emerges from the darkness, his tall, lanky figure silhouetted against the blood-red moon. That's just good stage direction, good writing. Silas, so you've come to play the hero, Jack. Jack Jr. steps forward, trying to mask his fear. It's over, Silas. We're ending this tonight. Silas chuckles, a dry, hollow sound. Ending it? You have no idea what it even is. Mia and Ethan exchanged worried glances. Becky inches closer to Jack Jr., whispering, Jack, who is this guy? Or, add a Valley Girl accent to that. Jack Jr., an old ... acquaintance. Silas's pale blue eyes fixate on Jack Jr. You can't stop fate, child. The album's will is beyond your control. We'll see about that. Jack Jr. raises an old artifact, a pendant glowing faintly. Silas raises an eyebrow. Ah, the Amulet of Severin. Clever! but trinkets won't save you, right? It's just good. It's like there's nothing, and it's like 7 pages. So that's not normal. That's not normal for an LLM. All right. So what did I say? Please give me casting recommendations. So it did that. Then last night, I asked it to also update the outline so it didn't suck quite as bad. It had bad labels on it. So it did that. And it did it well. There's additional notes. Okay, more outline, more fixed outline. All right. So then last night I just said, write scene 11. And it did. And it's good. And so I figured what we would do tonight is this. So over in text edit, I've got the new outline here, and I've got the script over here. And let me see if we can. So what I want to do is I want to start matching up. This is where tonight's going to get really kind of boring and fucked up, and I apologize in advance. But I want to start matching up, like scene 1 moving in, exterior suburban home day, and they're moving in. So I'm going to go to the screenplay, and I'm just going to number the scenes. So this is scene 1. And then scene 2 is sibling antics. So Jack and Becky are hanging out in their new yard, fighting playfully. Jack's running around Becky, who is trying to ignore him and send a text message, or 10. Right? So that's my writing. That's scene 2. Scene 3, exploring the neighborhood. So this is scene 3. That's end of the cul-de-sac day. Scene 3, exploring the neighborhood. So this is 3. Kitchen. Jack Jr., come on, we can't go there. Okay. So here's, again, scene I wrote. So exterior suburban home, driveway following. The kids are buckled in the back seat. The left turn adventure. So what's pretty cool about what it did is when I had existing scenes, it kept them as is. It describes them, it summarized them, but it kept them as is. So exterior, new suburban home, driveway day. Exterior, new suburban home, driveway day. Right? So that's scene 4. And so the way we're going to do this is I'm going to get I want to get the everything that I've written numbered and matched up with the new outline. And then I want to have it start writing scenes sequentially and just see how it does. Various locations, day, the journey. Where's the antiques? Entrance of the dirt road. So this is scene 6. Entrance to the dirt road. Scene 5. So these are all 5. Wait, okay. So scene 4 Kid's already buckled in the back seat. Left turn adventure. So scene 5 is the journey. Okay, so everything after the left turn adventure is scene 5. So we'll go 5A. And then we're going to go 5B. See, this is kind of the annoying bullshit that, as someone with ADD, 5C, this is the shit that makes me stop writing. Because I just hate this, like, non-creative work. It just drives me fucking batty, but whatever. 5D. And then 6, exterior dirt road. Okay. Entrance to the dirt road, early evening. Silas's shop. Silas's house of antiquities. So let's see. That's 6. Arriving at the shop, house of antiquities, evening. Okay, so this is 7. And so we've got, so we'll call this 6A. We'll call this 6B. So these are basically just like different shots within the same scene. So I'm glad I'm doing this because it's not shot for shot. 6C, 6D. Okay. Dusk. Meeting Silas. Silas. Okay, so meeting Silas is scene 8. That's 8. So this is 7A. And this is 7B. All right, let me pause and check in because I'm already bored. Is this making sense? Anyone have any questions? Yes, me too, Kyle. I hate it, but yeah, creative. I'm on it. I know. Kyle's in his happy place. The organizational part of me is just dying inside. All right. I really do love grown-up story time with voices and everything. Try to have it cure a genetic disease. That'll be next week. All right, because I do want to get back to... I want to get to the end of my written screenplay. The album. Is this where he does... Oh, shit, scared me. No pictures. Okay, yeah, this is the album. Okay, so... That's 9. So this is 9A. So all these are 8. So that's 8A. This is 8B. It gets weird in there, so Nancy, the mom, boogies on out. So everybody leaves except Jack. So this is 9B. No pictures. So leaving the shop. Jack exits the shop. What's he doing in there? He's fine. So this is 10A. So 9B. All right, that's done. 10A. Okay, the ride home. So this is 11. So 10 is leaving the shop. So that's 11. So this is 10. So 10 something. That's 10A. This is 10B. All right, fine. That might not be perfect, but we're at least in the neighborhood. All right, 10, 11. So this is 11A. Jack Jr.'s bedroom at night. So this is 11B. Jack hates that idea. Interior suburban home night. So this is 12. And then I think I'm done. That's okay. That's all I wrote. So, scene 11, the ride home. Oh, that's interesting. I had it right. Scene 11 last night. Let's check something. So I said, write scene 11. Family SUV bumps along in the dark. I wrote, watches the SUV bounce down the dirt road as Nancy turns back from the front seat. Jack is terrified, silent, and desperate to know what just happened, but he knows he can't say anything. In the back seat, Jack Jr. sits next to Becky. He clutches his backpack tightly, his eyes gaze with the passing shadows. What did you think of that place? Jack Jr. hesitates. It was interesting. Jack. What did he say? He better not have said anything inappropriate. See, I think its writing is better than mine. That's fucked up. But let's go with it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Scene 11. I've got my version, I've got its version. What I'm reading right now, I like its version better. So I'm going to copy scene 11. Cut to. I'm going to swap out my 11A. Now it's not going to be formatted, but that's all right. We can deal with later. All right, and then we had it right, scene 12. So let's see, scene 12, Jack Jr.'s bedroom, night. So we're going to copy this. And then over here, we've got scene 12 and 13. Fade to black. I don't know which one's 13. Hang on. So 12, he's unpacking. 13's the flashback. Okay. There's the flashback. So that's scene 13. Okay. So Jack Jr.'s bedroom. He's unpacking shit. Dissolve to. Okay. There's that. Now we're going to do interior treehouse flashback. Copy. So this is going to be 13. Flashback. And then we're going to go... Wait, what did that say? Day. Flashback. Sunlight streams through the canopy. There's that. So I think this is Jack Jr., he discovers. Okay. So this is scene 14, it looks like. This is all scene 14. Dissolve to 14. Boom, fade to black, and then... All right, 15, concerns grow. At breakfast, Jack Jr. watches his family worry, seeing parallels between them and the photos, particularly concerned about Becky. All right, so we're going to go 15. Now here's where we're just going to have it start writing. Interior kitchen morning. We're going to go back over to ChatGPT. And go. Right. Scene 15. Now, here's where, like, with previous GPT, any chat that's as long as the one that we've been through, it should lose its context. Like, it should start sucking. But, like let's look at what chain of thought reasoning it's doing. Locating the scene. I'm looking for scene 15 within the complete outline the assistant provided. So it's going back. This is fascinating. It's fixing the context window problem by, I guess, indexing the whole chat, and so it can go back up in the chat and reprompt itself. So my suspicion is we're not going to lose continuity. And if that's the case, O1 is a complete game changer. So if you've ever been using ChatGPT and it just forgets what the fuck you've been talking about, and you got to keep reminding it what you talked about, if indeed we can confirm that O1 is maintaining the continuity, that's fucking huge. I'm detailing the morning breakfast in the kitchen where Jack is visibly troubled by unsettling similarities, ensuring appropriateness. I've checked that the content is suitable. No disallowed themes like sexual content or violence, which is really fucked up. Like that we've got a model this powerful, and I'm writing a screenplay, and if I need it to have violence or sex in it, I can't do that. The tone and style of the previous scenes using standard formatting, gathering family moments. The Whitmore family enjoys breakfast together. Jack Sr. reads the news. Nancy cooks, Becky scrolls her phone, Jack Jr. joins looking tired. Evaluating family dynamics. Jack Jr. is considering walking Becky to school due to attention building discovery of an ominous photo album. while Nancy and Jack Sr. encourage family bonding. That prompt that it gave itself right there, I've written 1 screenplay on my own and 6 with writing partners. This is essentially what you talk to a writing partner about. It was funny. My wife said this to me last night. She said, the way I described writing with ChatGPT, she goes, maybe it's your new writing partner. Navigating challenges. Becky is skeptical about Jack's concern. Tracking Becky, revealing heroism. Okay, interior kitchen morning. Sunlight filters through the sheer curtains. Nancy stands at the stove flipping pancakes, so it followed its own guidance. Jack Sr. sits at the table, meticulously organizing papers for work. He's an anal retentive douche dad, but that's all right. His tablet propped up beside him, displaying the morning news. Becky, already dressed for school, leans against the counter, engrossed in her phone, thumbs flying as she texts. So Becky's consistent. Jack Jr. enters quietly, eyes shadowed with fatigue from a restless night. He pauses at the doorway. Nancy turns, spotting him. Morning, sweetheart. Sleep okay? Jack Jr. forces a smile, shuffling to the table. Not bad. He takes a seat, glancing at the empty plate before him. Nancy brings over a stack of pancakes, setting them down. Blueberry pancakes, just the way you like them. Thanks, Mom. He picks up the fork and hesitates, appetite lacking. Jack Sr. looks up from his paper. First day at the school. First day at the new school. You kids excited? Becky snorts, not looking up from her phone. Thrilled. Jack Jr. steals a glance at Becky, the memory of the ominous photo from the album flashing in his mind. The one where she was in danger. He musters the courage. Becky, maybe we could walk to school together today. Becky finally looks up, eyebrow arched. You want to walk? With me? He shrugs, trying to appear casual. Yeah, it's a new place. Thought it'd be nice. She smirks. What's the catch? I think it's a great idea. Good for siblings to stick together. Becky rolls her eyes. Dad, we're not in kindergarten. Nancy senses the tension and steps in. It might be fun, honey. Besides, it's a beautiful day. Becky sighs dramatically. Fine. Whatever. Jack Jr. Jack Jr., a faint smile relieved. Cool. An awkward silence settles in. Jack Jr. pushes his pancakes around the plates. Nancy watches him carefully. Everything all right, Jack? He hesitates. Just first day nerves, I guess. You'll do great, both of you. New adventures await. Becky's phone buzzes. She glances at the screen and grins. Well, some of us have friends to meet. Can we get going? Always in a hurry. So he's checking on her. Did it write extra scenes here? Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me go to... Concerns grow. Meeting Mia. No. Okay, this is all 15. Okay, he does meet Mia. Okay, so wait. Exterior school grounds morning. Okay, so all of this is 15. Unbelievable. I mean, the answer, from what I can tell, is they've solved the context window problem by allowing the chain of thought reasoner to go back in history and read shit. It's pretty amazing. This is one of those work with Kyle nights. Play along and finish your own project. Yeah, exactly. I'm not doing a lot of teaching tonight because part of what I'm trying to do here is understand how this thing's different than if we were doing this stuff traditionally. And by traditionally, I mean with GPT 4.0. So this is 15B. And this thing up here is 15A. You know, it's funny. It might even be writing these scenes too long. But I'd rather have it be too long and have to cut it back than to have it just give us little stubs of scenes. All right, so 16. During lunch, Jack Jr. considers telling Mia about the album. Jack Jr. attends his new art class taught by Mrs. Harris, a supportive teacher. He meets a creative and friendly classmate who shares an interest in photography. Okay, so that's the Mia scene. Which is here. Becky jogs off to join her friends. Jack Jr. releases a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. That's good writing. Jack Jr. releases a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. Right? That's a note to an actor. That's a note to a director. Really good. He slips his backpack off, unzips it, pulling out the album. Flipping to the page of Becky's photo, he sees the image has changed. Instead of her in danger, it now shows the two of them walking together, the car speeding past harmlessly. His eyes widen. Jack Jr. whispering, "I can change it." A mix of relief and apprehension floods over him. Cool notebook. He startles, snapping the album shut. Mia stands beside him, a friendly smile on her face. "Sorry, didn't mean to scare you." He relaxes slightly. "It's okay, I'm just jumpy." She peers curiously at the album. "New kid nerves?" Jack nods, slipping the album back in his bag. "Something like that." She extends a hand. "I'm Mia. Saw you at the art room yesterday." That's not right, because they just went to school for their first day. So that's got to get fixed. So let me... Oops. I can't fix it here. So I got to put a note to fix that scene, that line. All right, so there was one continuity error. I asked it for scene 15. It wrote 15 and 16. But I mean, holy shit. Wait, where does this start? Here we go. Okay. So this all the way to the end. Copy. That is scene 16. 16. We'll figure out what it says later. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Meeting Mia. Oh, I know how you can fix that. Instead of her saying, "I saw you yesterday," "I saw you out in the courtyard," or something like that. That's an easy enough fix. All right. During let's have it write one more scene, and then I'm gonna back out and we're gonna talk about this. So hang with me. How many people are still here? 63 people still here. All right. I hope you're all just dicking around with O1 on your own or playing with something. If you're new here, part of the deal here, The reason to hang out here is not to learn anything from me. because I don't know fucking shit. I have no qualifications. The reason to hang out here is to just be in the conversation. To have as a practice playing around with AI on a regular basis, like on a daily basis. Some days you'll get stuff from me, other days you won't. I think that there's some really interesting things going on right now. So we're going to, again, keep it really simple. Write 17. And now it should say thinking. Thinking. Tracking the narrative. Weighing the options. Weighing the options. Weighing the pros. Drawing connections. Navigating Logan. I don't know who Logan is, but that's interesting. So it thought for 18 seconds. So I'm piecing together scene 17 from the album outline, ensuring it aligns with the previous scenes. So this is definitely comparing what came before with what it's doing now. The scene is crucial for character and plot development, adding texture to the story. Weighing options. Jack Jr. sits in the school courtyard, thoughtfully weighing the pros and cons of sharing the album with Mia, hesitant about involving her in potential danger. He's mulling over whether to tell Mia about the album, hesitant due to the concern she might not believe him and the potential dangers. So it gave it that prompt twice, slightly rewritten. Third time, Mia meets Jack Jr. at lunch, looking past initial awkwardness as they bond over photography and hint at a potential collaboration with Mia's art class project. Jack Jr. and Mia's interaction with Logan, the school bully. Oh, right, he comes in later. So this is where we meet Logan. Logan mocks Jack Jr. and Mia, highlighting their growing animosity. It's weird they have growing animosity, but maybe Mia and him have animosity. Connecting outdoors. Mia and Jack Jr. find a quieter spot away from the crowd. They sit under a tree. As the bell rings, they head for science class together. Jack is torn between sharing. All right. Such as risking Ryan's life. Who the fuck is Ryan? Here's Tyler. Well, if it isn't the new kid and his girlfriend. Jack tenses up. Mia rolls her eyes. Can we help you with something, Logan? Just wondering if you two are whispering about secrets don't make friends, you know. Tyler chuckles mockingly. Tyler's just a douchebag bully. Cut to roll. Whoa, what's this? Roll. User content. Rewrite the scene as it would appear in a novel. That's weird. Look at that. We just got some... This is something from behind the scenes. Roll. User content. Rewrite the scene as it would appear in a novel. That's wild. Okay. So part of what I'm going to do here, everybody, is I'm going to let, over the next couple of nights, I'm just going to let GPT-01 write this screenplay. And as someone said to me yesterday, well, who are you going to say wrote it? And my response was, fucking me. It's my story. None of your business what tool I used. Yeah, these scenes are long. They're surprisingly long. Where's the beginning of this scene? I'm even wondering if these scenes are too long. They feel like they're too long. 17 exterior. Okay. All right. So we are up to scene 17. I had 11 scenes written, but mine were all really short. They were little vignettes that cut into each other. As this is setting up the this is setting up the story. It's written like I've now got more screenplay than I had. And I was working on that thing for weeks. Okay, great question. Who is Ryan? Yeah, I don't know. Like, Ryan's never introduced. So it looks like it did a little weird-ass hallucinating there. So we're gonna have to read through this and see what it breaks. But we're just gonna keep blasting through this thing. Very cool. Okay, so here's what we've learned. This motherfucker can write. I'm assuming why I like it is because I told it to look at what I gave it and follow that tone, and it seems to be doing that. Like this, the stuff it's writing feels like it's stuff I would write, which is weird. I've never had it do that. So I'm curious if any of you are having the same experience with it. It also seems, because it's doing this chain of thought thing, and because it realizes it can go back in history, it can navigate itself back up the chain and figure out what it's writing. So in theory, we're not going to lose continuity. I'm still a little skeptical of that, but that seems like a pretty big fucking deal. Seems like a pretty big deal. Kyle, you should do a TikTok promoting screenwriting with ChatGPT to encourage new folks to join. It's a really good idea, Brendan. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll do a walk and talk tomorrow. I'll resurrect the walk and talks. I haven't made a TikTok video for fucking ever. I think I'll do a walk and talk, and it's going to be something about what is this new Project Strawberry 01 thing, and talk about writing a screenplay. Oh God! I haven't had any of my coffee and I'm sleepy. Keep that thread, Brandon, we'll do that. I want to keep cranking on this thing for a couple of days. Even though it's boring as fuck. Like, I'm feeling... Okay, there's a couple of things running through my head. I am already coming up against... Here's... You want $1 billion business? It's not $1 billion business. Here's a problem we have right now that I don't know how to solve. And that is... Especially if you have ADD. But if you're working on big projects, ChatGPT is so good at producing content and variations of content that you end up with 12 different versions of the same thing. So managing the fragments of what it produces is actually hard. So Why Tonight sucked a lot, because I'm like going through and going, oh, that's 9A, that's 9B. Because if I don't do that, I'm going to end up with all these fragments where I literally don't know where I am in the document. And that was the document that I worked on that Google Docs didn't fucking sync up for whatever reason tonight. So I think part of learning how to use this more thinky version of GPT is kind of chunk management. How's your chunk management, boy? Seems like you got your chunks all twisted up in a bunch there, boy. Don't get your chunks in a bunch. Know what I mean? You pansy. Oh, you're writing your little screenplay? Making a little movie with all your little friends? So I think that's part of it. And then I think the other part of this new thing is, well, okay, if it can take fragments of a screenplay and just keep writing, well, what other kind of projects are like that for you? So what are things where if you could keep rolling forward with building something, it would be valuable? That might be a good use of this tool. So I think that was Ryan. Uh-oh. Bye-bye, y'all. If we get cut off. He's our new chunk engineer. Yeah. How you doing? Name's Ralph. I'm the chunk engineer. So what we got is we got a whole office here. Used to be full of, I don't know, assistants or something, but now they're all just they're writing sissies. They just write stuff all day, and then they make it into chunks, and then I get the chunks, and I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm good at. I'm good at organizing things. I make lists. I got checklists. I check things off the list. I don't like making the chunks, but you give me a chunk, I know where to put the chunk. So I'm the chunk engineer, and they're doing some sort of sissy fancy ass creative writing kind of thing, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I put it into some, I put the chunks together, whatever, everyone seems to like it. I don't like to brag, but apparently I'm the engine that keeps this thing running. All right. So anyway, that's what I do here. I'm chunk management, and yeah. It's weird. I used to drive a backhoe, and then the robots are doing that now. So they upskilled me to chunk management. I hate my life. Poor Ralph. He just used to drive truck. He liked driving truck. He didn't want to upskill. He doesn't want to be a knowledge worker. But he's good at it. He's got skills. All right. I'm chunky, but I'm working on it. I opened two chat, one to collate. I opened two chats. One to collate, one which does the thinking. Pavan, that's actually really smart. That's actually really smart. Using multiple GPTs or even like Claude to make sense of the shit that you're spewing. Just let the one spew. Maybe, this is really good. Yeah, if you just use... you could use 01, I think, in either role. You could use 01 to just be the spewer of chunks, and then use 4 to clean that shit up. Yeah, that would be good. Or you could have two different models just spewing out shit and dump them into 01 and have it organize things, because it can maintain this continuity. I think. I'm still skeptical that it can go all the way back to the beginning. Ooh, we can test that. Show me the first scene that I provided you at the very beginning of this conversation. Thinking. It's writing something. Arriving at Silas's shop. Oh, it looks like it's rewriting the whole outline, which is not what I asked for. I wonder if the weirdness I'm getting, like the Ryan thing and the weird chunk of code that it showed, I wonder if that's because some stuff is blown out of the context window and it's getting confused. But I think we're well beyond 32,000 tokens. Like we would have blown through the context window ages ago. Like it shouldn't have been able to write scene 17. Holy shit, it's still thinking. It's like a 2-minute think. It can go back to the beginning. Joxer the Mighty, it can go back to the beginning of a thread and show changes if you ask it to. Wow. Let's see what it did here. Yeah, professional movers. Jack Jr. 11, Becky Whitmore 14, hanging out. Come on, can't we go check out the neighborhood? Son, the movers are here. Nancy, the movers are doing great. Let's go on an adventure. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it can go back. That's a big fucking deal. That's a big fucking deal. All right. I'm now building a GPT called the Chunk-Inator. Love it. Very, very cool. Ask it to bold or italics the changes. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it can do that because it's bolded this. Yeah, that's good. All right. All right, the Spew-Of-Chunks. Uh-oh, it looks like someone's playing in the arena. All right, the Spew-Of-Chunks. Uh-oh, it looks like someone's playing in the arena. Wait, where was that? Oh, was it up in Show and Tell? Hang on. Steve-O, Spew-Of-the-Chunks. That's awesome. Where did you do that? That's crazy good image. Love it. Oh, you just direct messaged it to me. Oh, no, image tools, yeah. I thought so. So go to show and tell. And there's the Spew-Of-the-Chunks. Very nice. CJ doing a little 80s mall photo. CJ doing a little 80s mall photo. Nice. I've been using it all freaking day and haven't run out of context limit yet. Archetypal architect. Yeah, so here's a reason you would use 01 over 40, right? If you need discrete little chunks, do it in 40. If you need it to remember those chunks and be able to navigate them over time, that's 01. Oh my God, they're fucking naming. Oh. Fucking call it strawberry. People are smart enough to remember what that is. Douchebags. Honest to God. GPT 4.0, GPT 4.0, GPT 01. Really? Call it preview. Marketing, please. Really. Hey, here's an idea. You have a reasoning engine. All right. Here we're gonna We're going to do OpenAI's homework for them. I want you to act as a brilliant marketing and branding specialist who excels at product naming in the technology space, period. There's a company named OpenAI that has a series of products based on different underlying frontier models, period. The underlying frontier models are GPT-4, period, and GPT-4 Omni, commonly referred to as GPT-4o. Oops. Sitting on top of the frontier models is the application layer called ChatGPT. And the product names are currently ChatGPT 4. Wait. Built on top of the GPT model. Built on top of the GPT-4 Omni model. Now they have, oh wait, ChatGPT built on top of a smaller GPT Omni model. And now they have introduced which apparently stands for OpenAI 1, comma, not Omni, period, although it's not clear. This is their new reasoning engine that was internally nicknamed Project Strawberry, period. And we now have and which are apparently built on top of GPT-4 First, I would like you to give me an analysis of the challenges that their branding choices present in the marketplace, period. I'd like you to follow that up with a creative brief on how to name their products in a way that are memorable and catchy and clear, period. And then I'd like you to give me a naming strategy that includes a migration strategy so they can unfuck up what they've created. Let's see how it does. Wait, let me read this. Okay, I want you to act as a brilliant marketing and branding specialist who excels at product naming in the technology space. There's a company named OpenAI, let's close that up, that has a series of products based on different underlying frontier models. The underlying frontier models are GPT-4, GPT-4 Omni, commonly referred to as GPT-4o. Sitting on top of the frontier models is an application layer called ChatGPT. The product names are currently ChatGPT-4 built on top of that, 4o built on top of that, 4o Mini built on top of that, and now they've introduced GPT-01, which apparently stands for OpenAI 1, not Omni, although it's not clear. This is their new reasoning engine that was internally nicknamed Project Strawberry, and now we have GPT-01 Preview and GPT-01 Mini, which are apparently built on top of GPT-4 Omni. First, I'd like you to give me an analysis. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what it does. Thinking. Weighing the product names. Focusing on GPT-4 Omni. Navigating knowledge limits. Confirming product availability. Analysis. Confusion due to similarity. The names ChatGPT-4, ChatGPT-4o, and ChatGPT-4o Mini are similar, making it difficult for customers to distinguish between them. The addition of GPT-01, GPT-01 Preview, and GPT-01 Mini adds to the complexity, ambiguity, and terminology. The use of O in GPT-4o and GPT-01 is unclear. It could stand for Omni or OpenAI 1. The lack of clarity can lead to misunderstandings. Inconsistent naming conventions. Mixing numerals and letters, e.g. 4o versus 01, without a consistent pattern confuses the product hierarchy and progression. Overloading product names, including too much technical information like model numbers. Lack of memorable branding. Okay, creative brief. Objective, develop clear, memorable, cohesive. Oh wait, let's look at the thinking it did. Let's see. Think through the appealing thing. It's interesting to see that. It acknowledges it only has information up to October 2023. So GPT-401 is not connected to the internet yet. So it actually recognized that it has a knowledge limit here. I'm verifying if OpenAI offers GPT-4o and GPT-o1 or similar products. All right. Creative brief. Okay. Naming strategy. Establish a core branding framework. E.g. OpenAI Chat, OpenAI Assistant. That's interesting. Use clear versionings. Chat 4, Chat 5. So OpenAI Chat 4, OpenAI Chat 4 Omni, OpenAI Chat 4 Omni Mini. Reasoning engine. Strawberry Mini. Specialized base product, OpenAI Chat. Advanced model, OpenAI Chat Omni. Specialized engine, OpenAI Reasoning or OpenAI Strawberry. Migration strategy. Tell people about it. Anyway, they have a tool that could fucking fix this. Oh my God. All right, I got to get out of here. No idea if this was any value tonight. I hope it was. What about preview? Yeah, I mean, there's a really interesting example where I feel like explaining to GPT-4 Omni, or no, O1 is harder than it actually fixing it. It's just impossible. It's like all these nested things that have no meaning or arbitrary meaning. Can I get a strawberry mini shake? That sounds pretty good. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Do me a favor, follow my channel, subscribe if you want to support, or give gifts if you want to do that. Some of you have been giving a lot of gifts tonight. I really appreciate that. Check out why do I not have that open? Hang on. Check out The-Salon.ai. If you're new here, go to The-Salon.ai, click on the button that says join our community, and go check out what we're about. You'll see like a 7-step welcoming series. Just go through that process. You'll learn about who we are. We had a really good meeting tonight called a salon meet and greet. The first Tuesday in October, we've got a speaker. And probably for the rest of this week, I think I'm going to just keep smacking on this screenplay, because I want to really push. I really want to push this model. I kind of feel like this is a model you would use when you want to do some serious work. And then, yeah, I think you might use the other models to augment your chunks. Manage your chunks. Ralph, chunk engineer. I used to drive truck. I would like to sponsor for a month. Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you, Silver Fox. Yeah, just DM me and we can arrange that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Need the older version for imaging. Kyle, beware of your context window. My personal one? Oh, thank you, Call Me Al. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. So who we got in the house tonight? We got Silver Fox. We got Corey Sandler Pottery. Good to see you. I see you've been out on the road a bunch. Call Me Al, Emilio's wife. Winston Hardy, thank you, sir. Brandon. Oh, 50 prompts, I mean. Yeah, I haven't been prompting all that much, so I think I should be okay. I'm not doing a bunch of extraneous prompting in the O1, so I should be okay. And if not, I've also got the Content Evolution team account that I probably have an extra 50 over there. So I think I'm good. So thank you, Brandon. Source Camp, great to see you. Robert Rossi, wishing Champy a good night. Good night to you, Robert. Thank you for your gifts. Means a lot. Let's see. Julie, Live, Laugh, Love. Good to see you. Tobias in the house. Joxer the Mighty. Sprint B3. Dr. J. Cavruno. Frumple. Joey. Dr. J. Kale, Wisconsin 55. I think. Kale Wiss. All right. I think I got everybody. Probably missed some people. If I missed you, you know, what are you going to do? I try. I do my best to magic mirror us on out of here. Joker in the house. Abby Cadabra. Love the name. Abby Cadabra. Come on. That's good. Solid. C.A. Lewis. All right. Peace out, everybody. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Should be normal time. And we're going to just keep cranking on this. We're going to keep pushing the boundaries of this model. It's feeling pretty significant to me. And it's very hobbled right now. Like, you can tell it's very hobbled. I think when we get the next version of this thing, it's going to be... I think we're going to be glad we've had a month to kick the tires of this one, is my instinct. This shit's about to get really intense. The next 6 months are going to be really intense, so buckle the fuck up. It was a little slow over the summer. I think we're about to make up for it. Peace out.